everybody at St Helen's and St Mary's, whether you're at home or in school. It's great to be with you for our first assembly of the week. I'm Mrs Lane, I'm the Deputy Head Teacher at St Mary's, and I'm joined today by Anne, who is part of the ministry team at St Helen's Church. Good morning, Anne.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. We've just met each other, Anne, and again, our assembly is going to be about friendship today, and I feel already like I've made a new friend in you, so it's really, really lovely to have you here. I think this is your first assembly, isn't it, Anne?
It's my first assembly by video, yes. I've done many in my life as a teacher.
We've all had to change our ways a bit, haven't we? So we're really thrilled to have you with us. Thank you for coming. We're going to begin our assembly today with our welcome words. We are gathered here today as a community to worship together and to think about our value of friendship. And I understand you have a Bible story for us today, Anne, which highlights the importance of friendship. Is that right?
That's right. My story is about someone called Paul and someone called Barnabas. Throughout history, explorers have travelled the world. Their journeys were often dangerous and difficult when travel was only by sea or overland on foot or on horseback. You may have heard of Marco Polo, Christopher Columbus, Captain Cook, and David Livingstone, who went to very many parts of the world. This morning, I want to tell you about Paul and Barnabas, whose story you will find in the book of Acts in the Bible. Barnabas's real name was Joseph, but when he became a Christian, he was given a new name, Barnabas, which means someone who encourages other people. That sounds like a very good quality to have, doesn't it? Paul's real name was Saul, and he hunted down Christians for the Romans and imprisoned them. Not a very nice person at all. However, one day, Saul had a sudden vision on the road to Damascus, and as a result, he became a Christian, and he changed his name to Paul. He was now keen to bring more people to Christianity, but the disciples in Jerusalem in the early church didn't trust him. Do you think you would have done? Barnabas had the ability to see the good in people, and he convinced the other Christians that Paul had really changed. Paul and Barnabas became good friends, and Paul and Barnabas were sent out on a missionary journey together. From Syria, they travelled to Cyprus and then on to Turkey, telling people about Jesus. In some cities, people tried to kill them, but in other cities, people believed what they taught about Jesus. Like Jesus, Barnabas and Paul were able to heal people. And one day, they healed a man who couldn't walk. And the people began to say they must be gods, gods with the little g. This upset Barnabas and Paul, and they told the crowd, "We're only men, human beings like you. Turn to the true living God," God with a big G, the one who made the sky, the earth, the sea, and everything that is in them. Barnabas's nephew, John Mark, travelled with them on the first journey as far as a place called Perga on the coast of Turkey, before he returned home. Paul felt John Mark was unreliable because he wouldn't carry on with them, and he wouldn't allow him on another journey. Barnabas, however, just as he had with Paul, saw something good in John Mark that would develop, and he was prepared to give him a second chance. Paul and Barnabas did not see eye to eye on everything, and so they decided to split up, although they remained friends. Barnabas and John Mark went to the island of Cyprus, which was where Barnabas had come from, and they continued to preach the gospel. Paul found another friend, Silas, and they went back to Turkey and on to Greece and continued travelling throughout the Mediterranean area. Both pairs continued in their ministry, so out of a disagreement, the number of missionary teams had doubled. Barnabas and Paul were very different characters, but they both saw the importance of spreading the gospel. And because of people like Paul and Barnabas, the story of Jesus and his teachings began to spread to many other countries around the Mediterranean.
Thank you, Anne. That was a brilliant story, and I think really highlights the importance that friends can be really, really different, can't they? I think I know I've got friends that are so different to me, but actually that's what makes us work really well as a friend. When you've got your
good team as well, doesn't it?
Makes you a really good team. You've got different qualities, different skills, different personalities, and they can often bounce off each other and really work. So thank you.
Here's the thing. The world needs more friends. Did you hear me? Look cool with a pen. Yes! I made a list of special tips to make new friends. Hi.
If I can't see you, you can't see me.
You might not know what to say, but get awkward with it. Yeah, get awkward with it, people. Do the awkward dance. I'm gonna take this list, go out in the world, and make new friends. Gotta step up my friend game. What's your name?
Donna.
Cool, my name's Robbie.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. How old are you?
14.
Cool, I'm 12. I'm just saying stuff. I'm just saying the question and you say it, I say that. Yeah. You're older than me. What advice do you have for me for growing up?
I think you should just be yourself and don't listen to people who don't accept you for who you are.
Yes, that's perfect. How do you think kids and grown-ups can work together to change the world?
They can work together pretty easily if grown-ups accept that kids can make good decisions and they should be taken seriously.
Why are you wearing a scarf on your head?
It's because I'm Muslim and my religion tells me to, but it was also my choice. I have a religion and it's what I follow, but it's not all of me.
Do you ever think you're different because you're Muslim?
Yeah, recently I do feel like I'm a little different than everybody because I'm Muslim, because I recently started wearing the scarf and the hijab, and so that kind of made me stand out a little bit more, but it's not always a bad thing. I like being different. Do you ever feel different?
Yeah, for sure. Several things. Osteogenesis imperfecta in general. OI, it causes dwarfism, so everyone's like a little bit taller than me. When we played like a sport like dodgeball in school, I was always the last one to get picked on the team because I was always in and out of a wheelchair. Most of the time I was in a wheelchair playing dodgeball. It was fun, but I was always the last one to get picked, so that made me feel a little bit different. So I'm not a Muslim, but does that mean we can't be friends still?
No, of course it doesn't. I have tons of friends that aren't Muslim. My religion doesn't define whether we can be friends or not. And a lot of my Muslim friends, we're friends not because we are Muslim, just because we're friends, you know?
Yeah. Finish the sentence. What would be more awesome if?
If everybody learned to accept each other, even if they're different from each other.
But the pitchers that do pitch on our team. Oh, you okay?
Oh, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
So it's time to make some new friends. Quit the judging and get to talking, because awkward is the new awesome. Yeah, quote me on that. So who can you make friends with today? More friends in the world means more dancing.
We've got some reflection questions for you now. Our first reflection question is, why did Paul and Barnabas think it is so important to tell people about Jesus? Our second reflection question is, do you think Paul and Barnabas would have found their mission any easier today? How might things be different today? And our third question for you to consider in your class or with your family if you're at home is, Barnabas was called an encourager. Who has encouraged you in any way, and how has their encouragement helped you? So have a think about those questions. Maybe pause the video now, talk about them with your classmates in your class or at home with your families or your brothers and sisters. And we are now going to have a prayer from Anne to finish our assembly today.
Help me, O God, to be a good and true friend, to be always loyal and never to let my friends down, always ready to share, always ready to care, to be as true to my friends as I would want them to be to me. This I ask for the sake of Jesus, who is the greatest and the truest of all friends. Amen.
Amen. And then I found a lovely song on Sing Up. It's called I'm Gonna Be Your Friend. And so we're going to play this at the end of the assembly. And all the words in it are perfect for what we've just been hearing about today, about being a fantastic friend to each other. Have a really good day, everybody. Enjoy your Monday, and we hope to see you very, very soon. Take care. Goodbye.
Bye.
Take a look around you. It may well astound you how some people make it through. Got no food or shelter, nights are helter-skelter. Listen up, I'm talking to you. Right here today, I just wanna say, I'm gonna help, I'm gonna be your friend. Friends stick together through all kinds of weather, and I'm gonna be your friend. Take a look around you. It may well astound you how some people just get by. We can turn a sorrow